Well, okay folks, I moved all my tools up on the hill by the garden so that I can take you straight away up into my extremely wet garden. I'm not going to take the little stairs that are in those bushes. I'd rather go straight up the hill past this whatever's digging here. I think it's rabbits. Put some mothballs down there the other day. Hopefully get rid of them. Anyways, this is a pretty steep part of the hill. And here we come to the garden. Oh, you see that hole? That's big enough to, I don't know what can fit down there. Put a mothball down there too. So maybe it'll chase away whatever bugs or critters are in there. It rained really hard yesterday. We got sideways rain, blinding rain for maybe a good 10-20 minutes. So everything is damp here. What I'm showing you is an old faded welcome mat that I relocated from my porch. Rather than throw it away, I repurposed it for my garden. So welcome. Here's Mount Stumpy. Have some marigolds planted around Mount Stumpy. And my shovel ready to dig. Here's a couple of other carpets, rugs that I repurposed from the porch. This is my little cement bowl that I made at Kathy's house some years ago. And I have 4 corn plants that I planted amongst my radish row here. They're quite high. And growing amongst these plants, oh, there's a radish gone to flower. Growing amongst the plants is a volunteer potato. I believe it is anyways. But it's producing little round berries, fruits that look similar to tomatoes. I believe it's in the same family as tomato. This little guy is a volunteer cantaloupe, I believe. Some of the seeds that got away from the compost. And oops, lost my balance there a second. These are bush beans. I got wax beans, short row of wax beans here, and a short row of regular green bush beans there. And then right in front of that, I have a row of peas. Feel like I'm a first-time gardener. I shouldn't feel that way, but I got those rows way too close. And some nasturtiums. Luckily, nasturtiums are coming up. And take you on another little tour here. This is my lettuce row. And right next to it, where you see the marigolds, that was carrots. There's only a few carrots coming up in there, so I planted some marigolds. This was originally planted a short double row of spinach. Spinach wasn't coming up too good, so I put in some arugula. I think I pronounced that right. Arugula. And this is sorrel. I got 2 sorrel plants. Oh, sorry. There's a sorrel. We'll have to relocate those since Jeannie told me they are perennials. And part of this row that wasn't growing spinach too well, I put in a little short row of New Zealand spinach. Huh, somebody's been digging there. Wouldn't surprise me. See rabbits all over the place. Somebody's been eating that too. Oh well. I'm still trying to get some for me. So, my corn patch. This is my corn patch. I see my video is getting quite long. You're probably getting bored. I should wrap it up pretty soon. Well, this is the outer corner of my corn patch, and the corn is extremely stunted in this corner, probably because it's in the shade and the ground is not too well worked up. So there is a row you can barely see, 2 rows actually, in this more or less vacant area. I have a row of Swiss chard, regular green Swiss chard here, and then I have some peppermint stick Swiss chard right next to it, about 2 feet away. They were just planted this weekend, haven't started sprouting yet. So I don't know if you can see in the straw too well. I've got 4 cherry tomatoes that I had originally put in hanging baskets. They were not doing well, so I put them in the garden. They're perking up, but they're still have a lot of catching up to do. So here's one, here's one, here's one. And these guys, this is my Roma tomato, one of them. You can see baby Roma tomatoes. And more baby Roma tomatoes. Oh, come on, leaf. So, there's my other Roma tomato plant. I'm going to have to tie them up to the bamboo stakes soon. Now, I promised you something colorful that I was going to add to Mount Stumpy. First, they get the coffee grounds. Ta-da! But look at what else they're getting. They're getting some frosting! And this other bucket is green. Now, I picked up these buckets for free at the store yesterday. And they said, sure. They gave me these buckets and they're full of frosting. Full of frosting that's past its expiration date, so they couldn't use it anymore. I didn't want the frosting. So this is what I'm going to be adding to Mount Stumpy. Still tastes nice and sweet. Still edible. In fact, I tasted some of this last night. Stuck them in the freezer. Isn't that pretty? Look how full this is. But this stuff is not good for you. I had a few dabs on my finger. It dyed my finger blue, dyed my tongue blue, my teeth blue, and then this morning everything that came out was green, bright green. You didn't need to hear that, but anyway, that's my plan for the frosting, and I hope it doesn't have a detrimental effect. I will say goodbye for now and talk to you soon.